Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lockbeard Phenomenon number 28. Gary? Question mark. Gary. I don't know that it's Gary, but I saw him. Actually, I saw him in multiple locations. What is it? January 22nd, 2022. I'm here. It's been a week, but I'm here. I need to do it, so here I am. I see Mr. Lee was first in chat. AOTRO cryptids. Like my comment below. I went over the YouTube to see what was happening actually on YouTube, and I could not see your comment in the chat, but I see them now. I see them now. But that first comment you made did not show up for some reason, so I don't know what YouTube's problem is. But YouTube has a problem sometimes. Hello, Uncle Bones. Welcome. Sandra Piper. Welcome. Joe feeling better? Let's see. Western New York Bigfoot Investigation Group. And that is an imposter. He says Gary is still in my man cave. What's up, Jimbo? Lester? I see some names that were over at Hiveless B, I think. Yes, I'm getting stronger. Thank you. Says Uncle Bones. Kia Ora says AOTR cryptids. Howdy. Whoops, dang chat's jumping on me. Try and catch up real quick here. Icon's here, welcome. You getting worried about him, Mr. Lee? What's up, Wagon Breath? Saw you over there at Hiveless B. Fake Virus, saw you over there. Are you somebody new? I'm not familiar with you. So Bigfoot real? I think it is. And a lot of people that are here think it is. Have a lot of crossover with people in the chat with the Bigfoot community specifically, not necessarily all unexplained phenomena, which I kind of talk about, just anything, aliens, ghosts, whatever. But Bigfoot seems to get a lot of focus because the chat's really focused on Bigfoot, and Bigfoot's one of my biggest interests in this type of thing. Pyromedic says, look out, the beehive just got smacked. Uh-oh. That's not good. Don't smack the beehive. That's not good. Jen's here. Welcome. It's been rough with Mr. Lisa's Uncle Bones. Post it, get some love. Yeah. Do I have an echo? It should be gone now. I saw what the problem was and I got rid of it, so it should be gone now. Algorithm is a prude, yeah. Yeah. No, I did not. No. I tend to a lot of things I tend to think a long time before I buy and kind of consider things. So it may be some time before I get a kayak. How goes it, good sir? It's Mr. Lee. Sandra Piper saying hi to everybody. Patty Troy's here. Welcome. Yeah, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Hello, Fake Virus. Sophia's here. Welcome. Mr. Hughes here. Welcome. Chessboard. Welcome. I will never. Highland Bees here. Welcome. Are you real fake virus? Who knows, Sophia? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, how this chat's going? There's Brandy. Welcome. Hey, you back. Tremendous weight off my shoulders, but I'm still feel horribly stressed. Like last night, I got on chat on Pat's chat, but I fell asleep. I was just exhausted, and and talking with somebody about things may have a loose theory. Like I need to go. I need to get some things checked out probably, because it's just everything is too damn hard. I don't know why it shouldn't be. I mean, I don't know. I might have to check both ways when I going in the wood pile for bear, cougar, squatch. Ernie's here. Welcome. Here, let me throw up. So I took this picture, not the one on the right there. That's just like a stock photo of these statues that are sold. I took this one here, southwest of Tulsa. It's kind of out front of a pizza place. There's kind of a major highway. You can see there the ramp right there is behind Gary's doppelganger here. Maybe this is Gary's twin brother. It can't possibly be Gary, can it? Gary is in Joe's man cave. On the land of giants. Welcome. There's another new face. Well, how fast are you guys going? Send a link to review on a kick-ass kayak soon. Cool. I need to keep the price cheap. I don't want to spend a bunch of money on a kayak. That's why I was looking at the inflatable. It was just real cheap and it served its purpose. It's not too big. I don't want some big ass. I want an inflatable. I do want inflatable so I can, pack it small. Yeah. So let's see here. Hopefully stick it to the man, Lockbeard. Well, I don't know about that. I'm not sure exactly what are you referring to exactly, but Brandy says, Lockbeard, you will figure it out. Don't worry about what you can't control. Face things as they come. Yeah, because different people been, a lot of people have been saying kind of the same thing. Like one of the things I had is really hard to retain information, and anyway, I've been presented with a possible hypothesis that there is a deficiency at foot, and that would explain that as well. I still don't want to go back up on the tower, so I don't. It's just nope. You couldn't. You see how big this guy is? This guy is giant. Actually, not too far from that location, within a block of where I've been camping for the last several months, is a statuary place that sells the statues. I don't remember seeing one this big, but there's the same statue, but it's a smaller version about like the one you see on Joe's channel, the this channel, Western New York Bigfoot Investigation Group. For those who are not familiar, this is one of the Bigfoot channels where you're not going to get just smacked with a bunch of bullshit and then act like, well, this has got to be true. They're jumping through portals and they're and disappear like the predator and all that shit. I mean, he may have someone that talks about that, but he doesn't just start eating it up. Like some of them channels out there, they just start eating it up. Like Joe even says, like his encounter, it's just his encounter. It doesn't really constitute proof to the everybody. You know, you may believe Joe, but it doesn't really constitute proof, and he says that. So it's just a good channel that addressing the Bigfoot phenomena. It isn't going to just throw a bunch of bullshit at you. So you check it out for you new people who aren't familiar. And Joe says Gary has never been to Tulsa, so I know it's not him. Could be a cousin. Could be a cousin. Could be. And he had a bunch of cousins in a fenced-in area at that statuary place. They need to be freed. So anyone living in Tulsa, you need to. This is actually in Prattville, where the statuary place is. This statue here is not in Prattville. It's kind of where's that location at? It's kind of southeast from the Prattville area, but it's southwest. It's kind of southwest of Tulsa. It may actually be in Tulsa city limits. I don't remember exactly where the limits is, but there's a pizza place. From your perspective, right of the statue, to the right of the statue. So I assume he's there for the pizza. I'm not sure, but I assume, you know, Bigfoot doesn't go anywhere where there ain't food, right? Got his cousin George, says Brandy. Here for a bit. Got to get Nana in a while. Cool, Papa Craig. Glad you dropped by. Let's see here. Lots of highs going on. Lots of highs. I'm gonna try and catch up and chat here. Joe says Gary is currently over my left shoulder, drooling over the steak I just cooked. Oh man, he's got a steak. That's what I should have. I should have a steak. A steak is going to make me feel better. Mr. Lee's going to be disappointed in me. I decided to go for comfort food last night and stopped by a Mexican restaurant, and I'm still paying for it, really. I haven't been to that restaurant in months, and I don't know. I don't intend on ever going back. It's just, it tastes good at the time, but then, you know, it was probably part of the reason I fell asleep during Pat's show last night. I did watch the replay though. See, Pat's wanting to try something new out. So everyone's, for those who are unfamiliar with Pat's show, that's called Squatch Talk. You should drop by there. Another channel that isn't going to fill you full of all the bullshit. There's a lot of channels out there. That's what you'll get. But, and, Mr. Lee says he has steak too. Filet, not ribeye. Ribeye is better. Pyromex says a paddleboard with a cooler for a seat is awesome if you have the balance for it. Well, I don't know if I want to do that. Papa Crick says I've seen this fella on the edge of a nearby town. I didn't know his name was Gary. Well, apparently he's not Gary. He's must be Gary's cousin or something, or maybe his twin brother, or maybe it's his daddy because it's a lot bigger than Gary. Joe says, yeah, I don't allow BS really, just because I personally encounter one. It's only real to me since I don't have documentation of it. Yeah, but you know, hopefully a lot of people who watch your channel believe your account. Mid South says, "Hey Lockbeard, welcome to the chat." Mid South, I want to see a Bigfoot. Damn it. Yeah, a lot of the people, like, I haven't. I'm not certain I saw one. I think I may have seen one when I was a little boy, but I can't say for sure. I can't make a positive confirmation of its identity. What I saw, it wasn't walking upright though. This thing was. It just that my thought is that it was trying to act like it was an animal to fool me. If it was a Bigfoot, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember the head. It didn't look like anything that should have been there. It was very large, hairy, and it just looked strange. As it just didn't seem shaped right for a normal four-legged, when a cow or horse or bear, anything like that. Have you? Yeah, I need to get back on the wagon and stop eating like shit because it isn't helping me at all. Mr. Lee. See, Michael Haywood, I just spied you over at Highland B a few moments ago. I don't know. I haven't seen him chatting. I don't know if he's hanging around, but Hiveless B, he just kind of, I don't know, what's his thing? He's not a Bigfoot themed channel necessarily, but, they just kind of talk about stuff, it looks like to me. Yep. The Purple M, as they've been calling him. Ruthless says, "Did I leave my keys here?" Not that I'm aware of. Who's Gary? Says Batman. Well, apparently Gary is the name of a Bigfoot statue that stands behind Joe on his show. Sasquatch Speaks. And I don't know, is the Joe and Molly thing still going on? I don't know. It seemed like he was talking about going to 1 day a week, and I haven't been keeping up with YouTube very well at all lately. I can't find your keys, huh? It's funny you should mention that, Ruthless. I just mailed some keys back to my now former employer. I had to go into the damn post office, but I'm familiar with the ladies there, so it was not too, they're nice and yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's funny you should mention the keys. You aren't my employer, are you? Or damn it. Papa Crick says, "Hey, Ruthless, I don't think so." She's Papa Craig says, Power says, "In Oklahoma, you can count 30 bumper stickers and at least 10 Sasquatch statues and cutouts in an hour of driving. They're everywhere." Yeah. Sasquatch is big deal and business in Oklahoma. Actually, I'm going to show you guys some videos in a little bit that kind of prove that. The Hanubi festival and all that stuff, which I've never been to it. Not much for gatherings for one, and then two, it's just it's really, you have a lot of people there that want to believe all the crap, and You know, a lot of it's about making money, and that's it, not about actually finding anything and or actually caring about the forest people. Um, I mean, I have an environmental degree in part because I care about the environment. I don't like uh, what humans are doing to the planet. It's irritating to no end that I can't just walk into wilderness and not run into things that are from man pretty quickly. A road, a fence, freaking garbage dumps because people go out and just dump shit. Um, Power lines. I mean, we have like annihilated so much and left our mark everywhere, and I feel like we should uh, back the hell off and start reversing this and undoing our damage and make more wild the way it's supposed to be. In my best Dr. Nick voice, hi everybody. I'm not familiar with Dr. Nick, I guess. Pyro says, hey Mike, Bat Mom. I'm gonna skip over some here. Trying to move. Icon says, yeah, I need to go on a diet soon as I run out of cookies. Joe says it's rare to come across one. That is why I am skeptical of people who say they see them all the time and interact with them like they're Jane Goodall or something. yeah. It's just, of course, they want to sell it like they know how to find them. And look, if you're so good, you know, why can't you come up with some groundbreaking evidence? You know. And in watching how some people do it, you know, they say, "Oh, we're boots on the ground." They're out there stomping around, and plainly obvious to a human, let alone a Sasquatch. You know, they're not going out there like, you know, highly covert. Uh, which you would have to take it. It'd have to be some next level covert crap to creep up on a Sasquatch. And then what are you going to do? You know, I mean, hopefully you're not planning on killing one. You know, maybe get some footage. But if they are able to somehow detect electronics or cameras, which good luck. Hammering out email. No, I still do 2 shows, but only one a week now. Oh, gotcha. Icon, exactly. Got to eat all the bad food in my pantry first. Yeah. Well, and you know, and it's probably not a bad situation. Like you don't want to go cold turkey necessarily. Certainly not to carnivore. Now I can switch back and forth to carnivore fairly and with fairly little, but like if you go like because I've done it so much over the last few years and I did like 6 months straight as a carnivore, but I didn't just jump into carnivore in the beginning. I was keto for a while and did some intermittent fasting and then went to a little bit longer, like the maximum I've done is 2 days fasting. You kind of want to just ease into it because your system's needs time to shift gears and stand down from it's like your system's in emergency management mode all the time if you eat a standard American diet and you're eating grain and you're eating vegetables and these things are not good for you no matter what they tell you. They're not. But so it takes time. So if you still got stuff in your pantry, then you know just start reducing how much. You know, like if you're used to eating a breakfast of eggs, bacon, hash browns, and toast, try just getting rid of the toast at first, and just consistently eat no toast with your breakfast for a while. Um, and then start reducing like how much hash browns you eat, and then eventually get it down where you're not eating any. And keep a food log, like track what you're doing, and it's a kind of a long term commitment to get there to where you don't have, because if you shift too soon, your gut's gonna like go nuts and not know what to do, and it's used to dealing with these things. But if you take these things out, then the mechanisms in place to deal with those things are like don't got anything to do, and then you get the shits, and maybe you need to ease into it. Ruth says, I was being stupid. I actually lost my wallet. Oh, shoot. Yeah. It can happen. It's easier to quit something than that ain't there. True. See the evidence of them being there, but I don't really interact with them. Every other time I go out. Chessboard says, you would, to Icon, you would have sent us all some cookies. You could have been on a damn diet. Yeah. Well, my issue is I think it's social anxiety. I mean, I don't know. I'm not qualified to make the diagnosis. I just know, even dealing with one person, I don't really like doing it. And, like YouTube's almost been therapy for that. But it hit a real high note after this last week. Like other things that were triggering anxiety in a very big way, and then the social aspect of it has just ramped up pretty heavy. And anyway, I'm just not happy with the fucking universe right now. Hope you on the Mad More Mate, Uncle Bones. We're all destined to destroy ourselves, says Mid-South. If you would have put your address in the package you sent me, I would have sent you some. Joe says, Mid-South, there is a difference between seeing possible evidence of their presence in an area and saying they borrow garlic from you. Yeah. Papa Craig says, well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Eating and feeling stronger every day. Good thing to hear. Appetite makes it easier. Papa Craig says, stumble into them once every year or two unless they come to see Nana first. Tired, yeah. Yeah, is that a consistent issue you have, or? The Bat Mom says if people did say that a Sasquatch gave them groundbreaking evidence, no one would believe them. I'm sure there's groundbreaking evidence that was found, but everybody's closed-minded. Yeah. Pat's gonna find Sasquatch with his drone. Hopefully he can get something. Well, look, I've talked about some before. I try not to go too much into dietary stuff on phenomena because we're supposed to be talking about phenomena, but humans made a lot of spear points before the agricultural revolution happened. The only reason I think the agricultural revolution happened was because 13,000 years ago, the earth got hit by a big freaking rock. It's called the Younger Dryas Impact. If you want to learn about that, you need to go look into some Randall Carlson stuff. He's one of the, there's other people talk about it, but he's a good one to look at for information about that. So when that happened, it wiped out all the woolly mammoths, the giant sloths, the woolly rhinoceros, 160 species of megafauna that our species, specialize in eating. The biggest, fattiest red meat animals on the planet. We are designed to eat a carnivorous diet, like 95% plus meat. Anyone that tells you that, like the vegans are absolutely wrong. Every single point they make can be proven wrong. They have to struggle to get adequate nutrition and think about it a lot and plan and eat all these meals. And, they got these smoothies and all this crap. It's a tremendous chore just for them to feed themselves. Whereas, do you think ancient man did that? No. He got his spear, he killed an animal, and he freaking ate it. And he ate it raw. Until some yahoo'd come up with cooking. So eat your steaks rare as you can, and so on. Animal brain is something if you can incorporate it somehow, eat it. But if you can't, eggs make a somewhat adequate substitute for the nutrition that you would get from animal brain. A lot of people are scared to do it or grossed out by it, but anyway, it's about carnivores about trying to get proper nutrition for humans. For what we're evolved to eat. Technically, you could say we're omnivores because it does appear we did eat a little bit of fruit, but it's only when it's in season, right? There's not a produce section. There's not big orchards in the ancient world. Humans came up with that stuff, and there's that. We're not supposed to have fruit all the time, or mushrooms. Mushrooms only come up when the right conditions are there, and then psilocybin mushrooms are also part of that. That's something they call it the stoned ape hypothesis. I think it has some merit. The name is unfortunate, but that we used those so much throughout our history, our evolutionary history, that we're actually designed to use them to some degree. But it's not going to be a massive part of our diet. It's just not. It's going to be very small. Very small, but if you like them, do you do you, but it's something you may want to dive into one day and say, hey, so what's this crazy shit Lockbeards talk about? Vegetables aren't really good for us. You'll be surprised what you learn. But it just takes, you got to be like, because I wasn't going to believe it. I'd been told like you my whole life that vegetables are healthy and blah blah blah. But Squatching Cowboy is here. Welcome. Is her too noisy? I probably spent too much time talking about that. Lester, you drinking tonight? Says Brandy. Being sarcastic, Mr. Lee. Jen Nana's okay. She's kicking butt and taking names. Awesome. Mr. Lee says, I have that Lockbeard. The social thing does me in, man. Yeah. No toes for breakfast. Did I not emphasize the tea? I think I have a double stuff icon. CERN will probably destroy the universe. It may. I don't know. I really doubt it. I wouldn't worry too much about CERN. A lot of people are worried about, like, oh, they're going to do this and that and create a black hole. No, those guys don't even look. Those guys, for what? Well, I could say they don't know what they're doing, but I kind of think that they may know exactly what they're doing. What they're doing is absorbing huge government contracts to do nothing, to support the atomistic idea of the universe, and which is completely wrong. They're looking for the smaller and smaller particles, quantum this, quantum that bullshit. It's all bullshit. They're not going to. What they're doing is wasting money, but they don't care as long as they get money. And the government probably wants them to do it because it continues to make it look like, it keeps us from not understanding how the universe actually functions. Joe says, my worry is that the one I encounter will be the only one I ever encounter. Well, hopefully you see another one. Icon had a 50-gallon drum of homemade cookies. Xenobots. I'm not sure I know what that means. Ruthless says cryptids and the stories behind them. Jen says, Joe, you had one more encounter than most people. Papa says, Joe, after 50 years, I was really surprised to see one walk through the trees parallel to me. Big Reset says, Ruthless. This thing is not responding very well. So, True Jen, I try to count myself lucky, even as scary as it was. Ruthless says vegans are fools. Yeah, especially those ones. Every couple of years, you see a news story where a vegan couple get in legal trouble because they killed their baby with a vegan diet. Yeah, Paul Craig's eating some brains, I guess. Yeah, they're full of good all those fats that help you with a lot of things in your body, including support your brain, and they are fatty material, and it's good for you. Mr. Lee says he likes brains; they're juicy and sweet. Says Pat, can you see my comment? Is Pat here? Did I miss him? Mr. Lee says, I cannot eat snails, though. No way, man. Man, this chat thing is squirrely. Jen says, Joe, if he wanted to do something bad, he would have long before you saw him. He gave you a gift in a way. Just had to scoop your brain back into shape. Fake Virus says he doesn't think evolutions and rocks hitting Earth is real, boss. Well, I disagree. We operate on the man, we don't want to go into that subject, though. Squatch Cowboy says, I got this old bull that I named vegan, so when I get it butchered, I can say I'm eating vegan. Well, cows are vegans, technically. Papa Craig says, I have a friend who microdoses shrooms with professional supervision. Yeah, it's good for him. It's not a bad thing. I've never used them myself, though. Skipping. Because I'm way behind in chat, I know. Squatching Cowboy, I'm gonna have to probably skip the crap out of some stuff, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna miss some stuff, I'm sure. Squatching Cowboy says, and also when the doctor asks if I cut down on red meat, I can tell him I'm eating vegan now, doc. Ruthless, he understands quantum this, quantum that, quantum bullshit. Lockbeard, yeah, it's all bullshit. Paramedic says to fake virus, did they all just hit the moon? Yep. Apparently. Icon says to Ruthless, doing great. There were some deer in the field this afternoon that he got to chase after, followed them all the way down to the woods. Maybe mashed potatoes. Fake Virus says, moonlight is cooler than moonshade at Paramedic. Actually, I want to do some experiments with that in the future, Fake Virus, but it doesn't mean what you think it means. Okay? Just open your mind to that. It doesn't mean what you think it means. I don't know where you came from, how you got here. I mean, I know you were at 5 B, but hopefully you've seen Ken Wheeler's chats, and Ken Wheeler, like, he won't explain it though. He won't explain it on his chats. He wants us to figure it out, but it doesn't mean what I think you're suggesting. The body needs fat, absolutely, Mr. Lee. Mr. Icon says, Ruthless, did the rain let up so you can let your pusses out? Boy, no, it's not a lie. It's not a lie. I'll rail on quantum physics bullshit all day long, but that's not a lie. Sorry, man. Well, actually, I'd tell you the same thing. Just watch the sky. Just don't watch it with bias. Open your mind and actually consider the other side, and eventually you'll figure it out. They used to sell mushrooms at the corner shop and all over. Then they banned them. Well, and like the issue I said with moon craters last time, being too shallow, the wide ones, and then none of them go beyond deeper than a certain depth, which I think is an indication that there's an extremely tough, impenetrable layer down there of some kind of titanium ore, meaning the moon is constructed. It's a space station or a ship or something. But let's not. You might as well be fake virus. If you're not, I noticed that a lot of flat earthers are using the. They're trying to. I forget what they call this, but there's anyway. It's where you deny that you are the thing that you really are in order to throw your opponents off balance, and somehow they think they prove they've defeated their opponent, but you actually haven't. You've used a I don't know if it's classified as a logical fallacy or whatever. I can't remember what they call it, but it's where it's where people try to redefine words and stuff like that and say, well, this doesn't mean, no. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Are you Mank, fake virus? You wouldn't happen to be Mank, would you? You got to skip a bunch, try to catch up. Shoot. Let's see. Paramedic says, I only think I know what scientists have concluded. I've never been to the dark side of the moon, but I know it's cooler in the shade than in the sunshine. Yeah, that's in the sun, pyro. Apparently, and I need to do some experiments because I'm not happy with the ones that are typically shown, online. I think there's a better, more controlled situation to do the experiments, but they're talking specifically about moonlight. That something about moonlight has a cooling effect instead of a warming effect, like you would expect it to do, like with sunshine. Um, so yeah, there's something different about the light. Man, these chat functions are not cooperating. Joe says the moon is made out of cheese. Everyone knows that. The aliens are watching us, says Mr. Lee. Yeah. Um, let's see. Skipping. No tropics been shifting 2 decades, so that becomes a yes. What icon say? Your corner of the country usually monsoonal this time of year. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Um, you won't regret it. You can dwell on the idiotic beliefs of others. It has begun. It has begun. That's right. That explained the cooler weather. Mark says, not for a while, Joe. There's a fishing camp near my home, but I don't like the big crowds and stay away. Yeah. That's used to be one of the good things about going fishing is you go places where there ain't nobody there. Nobody. So you can like die in peace if you fall. And FedEx, so you'd think there would be something up there by now, moon basement. Why do you think there isn't? I mean, it could be like I kind of think is that it was already a base to start with, long before our civilization started. It's just covered in dust and rocks. Trip there also introduced me to the lunatic in my head. And they pull down Gary's cousin. I guess it ain't Gary. Joe confirms it. Gary is over his shoulder right now. Let's see what I got. What I got to play. Um, yeah, yeah. Oh, Hanobi. Let me get that out of here. I'm gonna try to bring this up. Having some sluggishness going on with this these StreamYard functions. So, um, Squashy Cowboy says Joe sees cheese, I see queso. Dude, you can see the shadows of the craters. During the different phases when the sun's shining from this way or that way on the moon. You can see the shadows of the edge of the craters. So think about it. Um, I'm sure he hasn't. That same pic on my phone. What this It looks like I got functionality back. Can you guys see me or hear me all right and see me? You don't have any flat earth logic, man. Logic is specifically disproves flat earth. The MIB, no, it was a battery dead issue. I forgot to plug in the power. Don't touch me there, says Michael. Damn Walmart. Actually, I'm not at the Walmart. I haven't been to a Walmart for Wi-Fi in a very long time. I'm out at I'm at a farm. It was just a power issue. I think I hear a noise. Awesome. Don't. Yeah, what Joe said. The words flat earth and logic don't belong in the same sentence. Bad cowboy sometimes. Thank you. Yeah, it's not Walmart. I'm at a farm. I'm at the farm. So what happened to my thing I had up here? Disappeared. Play a short clip from this. It's on this is on Travels with Travis channel. He goes down there to Hanobi. Hanabi is how people usually say it. It's a Bigfoot festival. Whoops. It's a Bigfoot festival. I'll play a short bit of this.
So if you're out in this neck of the woods looking for Bigfoot, make sure you come to the Honobi Creek Cafe. It is this wonderful place where you can camp, buy up supplies, buy up souvenirs. They have an amazing menu full of incredible food. Oh my gosh, Miss Klein, the shop, burgers are amazing, the pancakes are ginormous, biscuits and gravy, all kinds of Bigfoot stuff. It has a southern down home feel, and it's one of the best places to stop if you're a Bigfoot enthusiast and you just want to travel to a great place. Get that experience.
Yep. I like to play. You guys can go check that channel out if you want to see that. He's not all about Bigfoot, I don't guess, but I saw Gary's cousins again. Yeah. Batman says, "Thank goodness Lockbeard isn't in charge of plugging in the life machine. The person obviously wouldn't make it because the battery died." Yeah. Oh shoot. This has got to be Mank. You got to be Mank. Did you change your name? Get out of the cities. Yeah. Honebi, says the Squatching Cowboy. Yeah, because the thing. Hopefully, I got that fixed. Yeah, the telescope does nothing but confirm that the moon is an actual object in the sky. It's an actual. Whether it's a natural moon, that's the question I have. You're missing out on the biggest conspiracy of them all, that the moon is actually a gigantic space station or of some kind, or ship even. I think probably constructed by an ancient human civilization. I didn't even cover all the reasons, like different stuff, like about the size, like how it perfectly forms an eclipse. It's just the right, because at the size the moon is, if it was a little bit further away, it wouldn't form that perfect eclipse. It would be smaller and you'd see a ring of the sun. If it was a little bit closer, it wouldn't, just cover the sun. It would be further out. Or if it was different sizes at the same distance, you wouldn't have that perfect eclipse. It's like someone placed it perfectly to do that. I mean, what's the chances of that?
Hanubi means crazy killer in that tribe's language because some people being torn apart a long time ago, says paramedic. Awesome. You gotta steal myself a Gary, yes. Yeah, there's some Garys down there. You can buy some Garys down there at Hanubi. That popped a balloon. That story is only about 2020, very small place. That store is only about 20 foot by 20 foot, very small. So, yeah, you've been there. They had a bunch of food that's off me and Mr. Lee's diet, though. He's Mank. He's probably Mank. You're from Texas? Well, look, look, we've been trying to teach Mank, and if you are Mank, like, we're not talking about your flat earth shit every fucking time, okay? We're just not. So, yeah. So drop it, because I got people like requesting that I block you. I mean, if you don't want to be blocked, I mean, because sometime in the future I may talk about it again, the issue again. I don't know. I don't want to debate it, but I'm not interested in debates. All they do is use a bunch of logical fallacies, and then it's like playing chess with a pigeon. It's going to knock over all the pieces, shit on the board, and declare victory. That's what flat earthers do in debate. They don't actually win the debates, but they think they did. It's crazy. They have great burgers. Good on you, Lockbeard, says Mark Dodman. Sock puppets. Shit. Thank you, fake virus. Ruthless says B. No, he came in here earlier. He was, and fake virus was on his channel earlier. So I don't think they're the same person, unless he's really trying to pull some shenanigans. Now this guy looks very enthusiastic. The second annual Oklahoma Bigfoot Symposium. I don't know what year this is from, but yeah, Bigfoot's big thing in Oklahoma. Let's see what I put these. I don't know if you noticed. I sped these up a little bit because I don't want to spend too much
and then
time.
Something happened that was monumental, that changed how I looked at things.
A common saying when Bigfoot researchers and believers come together. All this weekend, tall tales are being told in Stillwell at the Oklahoma Bigfoot Symposium. For the speakers and guests gathered here from across the country, finding Bigfoot is just part of their lives.
To me, it's just to have an experience. It's almost like an adrenaline rush. Some people like to jump out of the planes. I like to go in the woods.
They understand that not everyone buys into it. Randy Harrington didn't really get it, he says, until he came across an adult Bigfoot with his child in southern Oklahoma.
Some people you're just not going to convince they're out there, and other people are very accepting of the fact that these creatures are out there.
Bigfoot believers say the evidence is becoming more and more credible, with thermal technology now being used, which compared to night vision recordings is hard to fake.
That is a little harder to do because you can't fake body heat. Unless you are a linebacker for the Oklahoma Sooners, and you're 6'6" or higher, and you're butt naked in the middle of the woods at 2 o'clock in the morning, odds are it might be a Sasquatch.
Despite those preaching in Stillwell this weekend that Bigfoot exists, undoubtedly the skeptics will remain. You just have to check out the evidence and decide for yourself.
Well, I've been out here in the rain and the forest looking for a Bigfoot. I want to believe I truly do. I've had no luck though, so I guess I'll have to take their word for it. Reporting in Stillwell, Joe Hank.
So was that Gary? Maybe Gary slips out and goes to these conferences and stuff, or was it just his cousin? Only Joe knows. Only Joe knows. I hate playing chess with a pigeon. Yeah, it's gotta suck. You'd headbutt that fellow. Playing checkers with a pig is no fun either. I bet. Gary. Yeah, Mr. Lee. It sure looked like Gary. It sure looked like Gary. I hit the wrong button. I'm going to have a talk with Gary. Little did Joe know the phenomena that he was creating with Gary. Oh man. Let's see here. What else I got? Did I play this yet? No. What is this here? We'll check this out too. Yep. Let's see here. I'm not even sure. This is another story, another news story involving Bigfoot sightings.
One of the greatest unsolved mysteries has occurred right here in the state of Oklahoma. Something so strange that the few who have encountered it say the experience has been life-altering. The anomaly is described as a huge, furry, beast-like animal who roams the forest at night. Now, no scientific name has been recorded, but the beast has become known as Bigfoot. Sightings have occurred all across the U.S., and many in the sleepy town of Honobbe, Oklahoma.
An unreal kind of a scream came out of the night, and whatever it was got in camp, and our horses broke loose. Like I said, our foot now.
When we look up the hills and see shadows, in the night you see shadows moving. There has to be something of the movement.
Tim Harjo and Riley Donica have both had encounters with the elusive animal, shunning all naysayers and embracing those who have had similar experiences.
Here a lot of things happen, and people still yet haven't seen or believe, the true wolves of the wild. You don't see them, they're there.
Even if you don't believe there is a Bigfoot, you have a tendency to believe the people who say there is.
And people that are skeptic, maybe wonder why that's not crazy. I don't know.
Whether Bigfoot is real or not, one thing is for sure, Bigfoot is big-time money for Honobbe, as I found out at the second annual Bigfoot Festival.
I don't think anything like this has ever hit Honobbe before.
Katie Cogburn is the coordinator for this year's Bigfoot Festival and says over 5,000 people have come to this tiny community nestled in the Kiamichi Mountains.
People are just fascinated with the Bigfoot phenomenon that's going on here.
Have you ever encountered Bigfoot?
No, I haven't. Except a few people that resemble him, I think, quite a bit.
Participants can enjoy Bigfoot fun as they partake in pony rides, music, storytelling,
It's really cool.
and local flavor. Honobbe resident Ron Hammer.
And it brings in money for the community, the people who have cabins and stores and things, and it helps Oklahoma because people come from Texas and everywhere else here, and it brings money into the state, and that's really what we really want to do here.
Still not satisfied with not finding Bigfoot myself, I decided to ask the locals. Have you seen him here today yet?
Yeah, he was riding a four-wheeler.
Yes, Bigfoot was sighted riding a four-wheeler, and then taking pictures with local kids.
All the rest of my kin folks out there in the woods, they're kind of bashful, and they won't come out.
He even speaks perfect Southern Oklahoma English, but I had my suspicions that Honobbe's very own Ronnie Hammer was Bigfoot himself.
I am Bigfoot, it is Bigfoot Festival.
Well, nevertheless, citizens have found a way to turn this unsolved mystery into a money-making, fun-filled family festival as skeptics and believers flock to Honobbe, Oklahoma in search of the mighty creature and a good time.
Yeah, I don't know, Joe. I don't know. They don't know any better. Because they think it's funny doing what we do. Yeah. At least Harry is friendly looking. Yeah. Yeah, I sped up these videos. Because I don't want to spend too much time playing them. You can still see what they're showing. He wasn't looking too friendly. He's pissed off. He screwed up his hunt, man. That's from Honobbe Bigfoot Conference. Yeah. Yeah. I might have to go sometime, just check it out. It's, I just feel like there's too many bullshit artists involved in these things, though. Yeah, there's just too much crap. Mr. Lee says he will be right back. And then people, presenting evidence they know damn good and well it's not good evidence, or it's not evidence at all, or it's fake, or they stole it. There's people out there presenting audio and video that they stole, and that's one of the things I, feel like it's dirty business, but it needs to be exposed because they're not helping things and they're doing wrong to the people they stole their materials from. And some of these people are well thought of in the Bigfoot community. If I bring up some names right now, it'll probably, hack some people off. Because, like, that's been explained. They made a mistake, but no, bullshit. Okay. If you play video and you claim that voice in that video was you don't know, you're going to tell me you didn't realize that wasn't you? You were there. Or if you play audio, and you claim that voice. There's a particular case I'm referring to there. I wonder if anyone knows what I'm talking about. They don't get it, says Ruthless. All the psyops. Yeah. Joe says, yeah, Lockbeard, parts of the conferences can be fun, but there are a whole lot of BS too, depending on what speakers they get to speak. Yeah. So, this is part of what, because people are like, well, you're just creating division or blah. I'm like, look, the division's already there. There are people who want to deal in facts and logic and try to uncover the truth the right way, and then there's people that want to just jump down all the rabbit holes of bullshit, and then if you challenge them, you're being an asshole somehow. And I'm like, no, well, we do have two separate major Bigfoot communities. There's two separate ones. And whether we like it or not, and we want to say, oh, you're being a prick, you're creating division. Look, the division's already there. There's people who want facts and there's people who want bullshit. And, the bullshit people love it when the facts people get sucked in, fact and material from them, because it helps like legitimize them. But those of us on our side where we just want facts and logic, we don't like it when all the bullshit gets in, because it's muddy in the water, and you can't find shit in muddy water. Well, anyway. So, this is why, like, I was proposing the idea, like, of a paranormal high council kind of thing. We could call it something else, but where you have a group of people who, it's their mission to evaluate different supposed researchers or investigators, or just experiences or claims or organizations, whoever, evaluate them for a bullshit factor, or do they stick to the facts, or are they inconclusive, and then like give them a grade of some kind based on that. Say, look, or just have those three categories. Say that we've ruled this organization an inconclusive source of information. We can't say that they're true or not, that they're real or not, or this particular encounter, or this video, or whatever. Somehow start sorting the bullshit from what appears to be true, or at least inconclusive. So maybe we need a conference that is specifically geared towards that mindset. 3-letter agencies in the early 50s. Yep. Everyone knows about MK Ultra. Says Ruthless Paramedic says, I met the guy that was the creature in the Boggy Creek movie, and the security guard worked when the casino footage was taken. Yeah, I'd like to see the casino footage. Who was Naomi in Artichoke? What? Jeopardy bonus round. I don't know. Infiltration into systems. There are some who see Bigfoot behind every bush. Yeah. Yeah. You know, and they just prey on people for money. You know, it's like Zasky. I am not shy about saying Zasky as a peddler in Paradolia. You know, you got to pay to go see his shit, but he don't got anything. He might be lucky and have a few actual pictures, but he may not even know that they're actual himself. He knows damn good and well he's just taking pictures and looking for faces and stuff, you know, and he's selling that. He's stuck a sticker on it and he's selling it. And he is a detriment to the actual search. Most of us have Joe's Draw in Oklahoma. More of the BS for $100. And in every bush, Sandra, says Squatching Cowboy. Won't see Mink for a bit. He'd be watching another Flurf video that just went into the Flurf algo. That's why I like your search, Joe. Says Mark. Says thanks, Mr. Lee. Speaking the bad name there. Hucksters. Yeah, sick of the hucksterism. Sick of it. We don't need hucksters. Oh, man. We don't need hucksters. There's so many possible real sightings and accounts, but you gotta sort through all the BS. It's just a frustrating situation. Now this video is on a channel called Pico's Wildlife, which is kind of a comedy channel, and you'll see it's on high speed, so yeah, it's going to be high speed again. Just to run through it. I try not to show the whole video. You guys can go watch it and see what other stuff he's got if you want. But anyway, I just thought I'd show it because he's funny. It's very funny. And damn, chat's making a run on me. You trying to bait me, Ruthless, says Fake Virus. Flurfs will flood to Mud Flutter Paul Cook channel. Yeah, fucking mud flood bullshit. Parmex says, I don't know, the scream on Boggy Creek was supposed to be an actual recording of one. I don't know. Ruthless Alex was Alex, what was operational requirements and interrogation methods? Yeah. Yeah, he's got to be Mank, man. We did not get another flat earther that acts just like Mank, and then Mank's not here. It's Mank. Rutha says he's done a Michelle Gibson circuit board Earth. Oh man, the damn circuit board bullshit too. Jesus. No. Icon says hucksters nothing. They're seafoam salesmen. Yeah. You are the bait. I ain't chasing you. Joe says, seems like to me that 90% that is out there don't really care about Bigfoot being real or not. They just want the attention and see what money they can make with bullshit. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully, I hope this year I can find the time to do a little bit of my own search. I spent a lot of time out in the woods in my life, but I was never looking for Bigfoot. Not really. It might come across my mind, but I always just assume, look, I'm not gonna find this thing just because I'm looking for it. If I see it, it's gonna be an accident, like with most people. And but I might put a little. I don't want to put a lot of time into it. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna happen. If I'm out there, it's gonna happen. When it happens. But I don't have game cameras out right now. I thought, well, maybe I'll put a no glow game camera out at a location I think might be promising. But yeah. And so I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I don't want to. It's like that guy in the movie Harry Henderson's was saying. He's wasted his life looking for it and never found it. But of course, in the story, he ended up finding it in what's his nuts house there. But yeah. You so new to this whole thing, says Ruthless. You just don't get it yet. Go from new to new, mate. Earth just ain't flat. Yeah, Seafoam. I should collect some here, Icon. Papa Craig says, oh wow, did Mank the Wank send another special flurfer to take a giant dump in our chat again? Says Papa Craig. I think it is Mank. He hasn't, I don't think he's fully admitted it yet, but he acts just like Mank. He says the same stuff he would expect from Mank. And yeah. He says, I know that I know nothing. Yeah, we got mountain stuff for this. Everyone knows how mountains point straight up, no matter how far away they are photographed. Yeah, you don't geometry very well, do you? Ignore it and it will go away, says Chessboard. Yeah, ignore it and it will go away. I'm going to check on something here. Just bear with me. So,
Come to the chat.
Let me see here. Oh, come on. Computer? I don't know if it's my computer or YouTube being a problem here. Load some stuff up. Come on. Let's get it going. Well, I go here. I'll see if I can catch up the chat here real quick. Yeah, them mothers. Sock puppet for sure to me. Raptor Crazy's here. Welcome. Icon says, I think you'd have a monopoly on it. Cures everything but flurfitis. Ruthless says, LOL. Brandy says, I don't think it's Mank. Mank doesn't usually type proper English like that. Yeah, that's part of his disguise. Perhaps. Listen to this. So I talk like another dude. I bet he's awesome. He's an awesome distraction and borderline troll of the chat. Brandy says, y'all say Flurf makes me want Fluff sandwich in my future. Ruthless says, Icon no could market it as Flurf mouthwash. One use and you cured of such Flurf retardation. So y'all think it's not him, huh? Well, I gotta hold on. I'm on a. See, Pyro says, Raptor, how have you been doing? Thought you might have been down with something. It's Joe Parker. Mouthwash might not be enough. Phlebotomy, on the other hand. Well, I don't know why in the heck. I mean, I'm trying to find out. So, well, I don't know why this is not. When was Enlightened Bank last on in our chat? Was it in the last random live or was it in the last phenomenon? I think it may have been the last phenomenon. We'll see if I can find out real quick. Yep, it does appear. So he hasn't changed his name because I still see him. Because if he changed the name, it would show up in the previous chats because it changes it retroactively. And I still see the Enlightened Bank there. So he's either using another account or this is someone new. Could be either one. So it's not conclusive, but at least he's not. It's not him using the same account with a new name. Been able to watch too many shows. Been blocked from too many of them anyway. Well, Raptor, I've been trying to tell you, man. Just chill. Don't. Especially like if you go over on a certain channel and a certain regular guest that you disagree with, and you have issues with some of the stuff he says, and I find some stuff questionable there, but you can't just go on constant attack of that person, a regular on the show that is, you just chill. I mean, everybody knows how you feel, but you don't want to because you'll get banned if you keep doing that. Because some channels aren't as forgiving as I am. I mean, shit, I ain't banned Enlightened Mank yet. But just chill, Yeah, we understand, we get it. You have some questions about you find some of the things that particular person says questionable. Brain swings when it gets flurfy. Papa Crick says, no sense in debating flurfers either. They think they're special, entitled to secret knowledge, and allowed to use tactics instead of logic. Yeah, tactics, exactly. They just use BS debate tactics. They don't actually win. It's like I was talking about I think it was Pat. I think it was when Pat was debating a flat earther, and they were talking about the length of day and in different places, and like Chile, the country of Chile. The flat earthers' way of dealing with that was to say, I've never been to Chile. I don't know that it's there. He was denying the existence of an entire country because he thought that somehow made him win that point. He didn't win that point. He looked like a damn idiot is what he did. It delegitimized everything he said in the entire debate, and he didn't even realize that. He looked like a complete dumbass. He was there the last random live. Last Saturday. Yeah, I saw because I looked at the random live and I skipped around a little bit trying to look for him and I didn't see him. He may have been there in just a short time or something. But I did look in last Saturday Phenomena and I did see him in the chat, and so the name hasn't changed. So whoever this is it's either someone else or he's using a different account. Had a fit today, pissed herself, not good. Her days are numbered, just sitting here with her. Sorry to hear that, Mr. Lee. To make choco chip candy since Thanksgiving, but busy making videos and chat. Thanks, Brandy. Short bus special. Sock accounts. Yeah. It often, the name and the pic retro change. Yeah, everybody's giving you their this Mank badass. Mank, it's got to be you. You're using a different account, dude. You got to be using one of your separate channels. There's no way we got someone pretty much exactly like Mank, almost exactly. And he's not here. Here's the deal. If Mank shows up here, because I don't think you can use two of your own channels on, because the channel, it's not separate accounts. They're on the same account, but they're separate channels. Yeah. Where's Mank at? See, he's not here. So I think you're using one of your other channels. Lives are not long enough, but they sure bring a lifetime worth of joy when they're here. Don't go to those streams. Sorry about your dog. Smelling the flowers. Sounds like Ruth is finally going to send you those tissues. What's up, Raptor? Australia was claimed to not exist. Yeah, that too. What is wrong with people? You may have it right there. You might be onto something. It's a manifestation of mental health in our world. More and more bad mental health every year. Yeah. Earth versus the earth. Does that mean I don't have to pay taxes anymore, Ruthless? If you say so. Yeah, I don't see Mank though. Where's Mank? I don't see him. You need to go switch to your other account, your other channel, and then say something as Mank, and then come back as Fake Virus. But I'm not buying it. So let's see what video I got here. Bigfoot sightings in 20. Yeah, this guy is kind of funny. Yeah, Pico's Wildlife.
Deep in the woods of Kentucky, a local resident / hillbilly pulls out his cell phone and decides to record the Bigfoot that he sees very often. What is he doing in the woods? He usually goes deep into the woods to make moonshine and maple syrup. Do you think that this is a real Sasquatch? I think so, due to the long swinging arms and the big giant steps that it takes. Only 20 miles down the road and 15 days later, another local resident records a similar creature. He throws rocks at these local residents to try to scare them away. Could it be that he is trying to protect his family that is hiding nearby? The people recording decide not to leave. They realize this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. What would you have done? Would you have stayed to record, chased after it, or left? Personally, I would have chased it or tried to catch it. Let's take a look at it with a video enhanced filter. When the night vision heat setting is set, you can see that this is not somebody in a costume. The video goes on for a couple of minutes before the Sasquatch gives up and runs away. Many of these videos are discredited, and people choose not to believe because they are often recorded with crappy equipment. But it is very rare to see this creature, so why would you have quality equipment ready and waiting to capture this creature? A lot of these Bigfoots look similar but different. Same but different. Could it be that they are one species but have different races, just like humans do? I just find it too weird that these elusive creatures are sometimes white, albino, and considered yetis, and some are brown, and some are called the skunk ape because they have white streaks. It would be like the Grinch having an African cousin. Instead of being green, it would be black. Would that make him the same or different? Same, but different. Speaking of which, one thing that I did find different about this Sasquatch in this video is that it had a little butt. Most Sasquatches have big butts. But could it be that only the females have big butts? Let's take a close look at the difference between the mother Bigfoot and the father Bigfoot. This family of Sasquatches are walking down the woods. You can see in the front, the daddy Bigfoot tries to put the child Sasquatch on the floor, and the baby Sasquatch keeps jumping back up. He wants to be carried. This footage is by far one of my most favorites. The mother and father have a grayish type hair. The child has a dark fur, more black. Could it be that their fur changes colors as they grow, or the child might not be his? Could the father be a darker, blacker Bigfoot? This darker Bigfoot was found in a nearby area. A little later on during the year, of course, when it was snowing. This dark, black Bigfoot seems to walk more creepy, and has a more creepy feel to it. Off a very creepy vibe walking through the woods, lurking through the woods. I would be terrified if I saw that. Looks more like a dark entity, but with the long arms, you can tell it is clearly a Sasquatch. I personally would have pulled out a gun and started shooting at it. Would you? Let me know in the comments.
Yeah, that guy's kind of funny. Sounded like all those 2%ers sound like they're special. His love those old movies. How to run 2 YouTube accounts on the other chat. Turtle Man, yeah. It's not another Porky Squatch, is it? No. I got a 13-year-old boxer. He's an old man. She has you, though, mate. You'll always do right by her. Bigfoot with a backpack, yeah. I'm not sure all them videos were legit. Are you? Or if any of them are. Is the patty butt becoming fashionable? I think it has. It sure looks like it. Raptor says, question, whose video is this? Somebody that's got something out recently? I don't know how recent those videos. There were several different videos. That's just a comedy channel. He's kind of making fun of the whole thing. I don't know if you noticed. Was fighting fit, but daughter Olive always had problems. Yeah, I peed a little with that footage. Yeah. So let's see here. Why is this spinning? Hold on a second. Try to get this set up. This is some audio stuff. So I don't know. Guy sounds kind of drunk in some of this. So I don't know. Share screen. Boom. There we go. Danny Stanton lurking. That's cool, man. Welcome to the chat. He's just going to lurk, is he?
County 911. I don't know if I should have called this in or not, but what's going on? If I didn't have my camera, I'd take a picture of it.
Take a picture of who?
I don't know what it was. He's walking upright like a man. I would not kill it because I was afraid to. But it went back up the mountain.
Cleveland County 911.
Hello.
Can I help you?
Yes. This is Tim Fever.
Uh-huh.
You probably have my address.
Yes, sir. What's going on now?
I shined the light on this thing.
And what did it look like?
It looked like a giant ape with a man's face. But I was afraid to kill it. And it made a whistling sound. He was about 9-10 foot tall with real long arms. I go out there, he gets gone. Then I come back in the house, and he gets back there again, and my dogs are just raising heads. Would I get in any trouble if I shot and killed this beast, this animal, or whatever it is? Would I get in any trouble?
I can't answer that question.
If he goes too close to me, I won't kill him.
Yeah, that one. Okay, so he said it looked like a man's face, but it had an ape. It was an ape body. See, people say that like if they see like it's hairy as heck, it's got to be ape. No, that's not what he saw. He said it was walked like upright like a man. He did not see, but people use the word. They say ape. And then other people hear that and they think, well, he had a gorilla body and it had a man's face. No, it didn't have a gorilla. People say that though because all they see is the hair. No, what he saw was a hairy man. That's what he saw. But he used the word ape, and that taints the account. So people need to keep that in mind. Every time you hear someone say they saw an ape man, it's because they're processing it and using whatever words they can come up with. They don't see past the hair. You see past the hair, it's a human body. It's a human body. It's not an ape body. Just because it's hairy doesn't make it an ape body. So people need to keep that in mind when they hear accounts that may be true. Just because someone uses the word ape doesn't mean that's actually what they were looking at. Donald Fuller's here. Welcome. Welcome to the chat. I'm eating chicken and dumplings and watching. You're making me hungry. People eating steak and chicken and dumplings, and I haven't eaten anything since breakfast, which is normal for me, but I should have ate more. I didn't eat a whole lot. I should have ate more. So I'm probably going to, after this, I'm probably going to go eat because I'm feeling it. Squash Cowboy says, is that Lester? It might be. I don't know. Was that you, Lester? I think he said 9 CDT. I know that is Icon coming on tonight? Is that what you're talking about? Is on TN tonight? I know he was, from what I hear, he was thinking of being on last night, but he may have chose not to or something. I'm not really sure. All I know is I didn't catch squat. I didn't get here in time. I was on the road. I kind of took the long way. I didn't even want to drive the same route yesterday. I didn't even want to drive the same route, so I took a different way. And then I forgot something because I was wanting to drive by this place that I've already applied for the job there, and just take a look at it from the road, see what I'm looking at. It'd be a job doing something more in a natural setting, on a ranch. Of course, I don't know if they're gonna call me, but it's a natural resource manager job, because I need to do something in a more natural setting. That's become abundantly clear too. So 9 Central. Cool. And Lester, you do at 9, don't you? You do 9 o'clock, don't you? Is that a regular thing? It's going to be a regular time, 9 Central Time. Of course, we end at 8 here, so people can go watch Central Florida Bigfoot if he's on. He's not always on. He doesn't seem to be always on, but he's on a lot at 8 o'clock. Plus, I don't really want to go 3 hours necessarily. I usually get pretty tired. Starts getting that late. But yeah. So there's some options tonight for y'all. Mr. Lee says, hey man, good to see you on Lockbeard channel. Yeah, welcome to the chat, Wit. Thanks for coming. And 10 foot, a big boy. No, that's not what he was saying. Oh man. Joe says guy's too drunk to realize he can get in trouble calling 911 for bullshit. Yeah. But it might have been true though. Maybe he really did see a Sasquatch and he just happened to be drunk too. Let's see here. Raptor says he actually admitted it on TV. He had been drinking beer. Yeah. Did he? Are you familiar with this particular case? But I mean, even if he was, I mean, just because he's drinking doesn't mean he didn't see a Sasquatch. I mean, you ever go out to the bar in rural Oklahoma to drink? You will see some female Sasquatch in that bar, I guarantee. Anyway, Papa Craig says, yeah, Joe, he was probably already in trouble. I'm an ape man, ape man, says Mr. Lee. Cuckoo. I am the walrus, says Donald. Well, thank you, Wit. Newsflash, keto chicken and dumplings really kind of sucks. How can you possibly have keto chicken and dumplings? I mean, dumplings are like as far from keto as you. How could you possibly have keto chicken and dumplings? I must know the secret because I love chicken and dumplings. But I can't just be eating them all the time, So I don't know what you would make it like, because it's hot, so you couldn't like take mozzarella cheese curds and throw it in there, because then they would all melt and it'd turn into just a slurry. I mean, how do you replicate that? Do you think you're sophisticated because you live your life like a good Homo sapien? Maybe he does. Maybe he does. You know what song too, Lester? I worked on a ranch for years and years, Lockbeard. It's a good life. Yeah, I think it'd be better because I don't know how much you've, heard me say on here, about the job I got this year, and it's environmental, but it's just been very, very. There's been some challenging aspects to it, and the worst part came when I got on some really tall towers, and because the shorter ones are not that bad, but you get up there and the damn thing's moving in the wind, and you're looking at this narrow ass platform, and you're I'm looking at this weld and that bolt, and the wind's just blowing like mad and about knocks you down, and you got to hold this freaking probe out. It's 75% of it sticking out over the rail, and you got to hold it and put it in the ports, and it's sketchy as hell. And because I've always been okay with heights, but I don't think so anymore, at least not those kind of heights. And I think because maybe my social anxiety isn't just social in nature. Maybe it goes beyond, and it certainly got turned up a notch with these taller towers. Because after that happened, like I didn't want to talk to nobody. I didn't want to answer the damn phone. Which I don't normally anyway. Like answering the phone, but I sure shit didn't want to. I don't now. I just don't. So yeah, I need to be in a more natural setting. Not me in the vid. CST Weekly. I remember that song. Icon says, Akes, did you look into running with the custom combiners? I haven't looked at that yet. One concern I have about that Icon is it sounds like it's seasonal. So does that mean I would not be working in the wintertime? And then also because I'm looking at a certain income level. Which I don't, I could come down at, I don't necessarily, like, I live pretty cheap, but I want to make some damn money. But like, there was one job I was looking at. If I took that job, there were some good things about it, but if I took that particular job, it would be like a $20,000 pay cut from this last job. That's a chunk of change. That's a chunk of change. How can I live in the lifestyle to which I've become accustomed, making that much less? I'm an ape man. I'm an ape man. Oh, I'm an ape man. I'm not familiar with that, I don't think. Lester says 9 Central Weekly on Saturday night. German bars. Those female Sasquatch turn into babes at closing time. Yeah, it's like an exponential rate. You're looking at the clock, and the beer goggles you've been working on those all night. But I think you also start to think, damn, I'm running out of time to make a selection, and the selection's getting slim. Man, I hate bars now. I hate bars. I go in there and I'm like, why in the fuck? Look at this sad shit. This shit is sad. Look at this shit. Well, you can go over there if you want, Mr. Lee. I can't recommend. Sorry. Now you're showing your age, Mr. Lee. Jen says, we sell keto pancake mix, keto bread. Huh. Oh, the name of the song. What I wonder what it's made out of. Like, because I'm going beyond, keto with the carnivore thing. So I'm like, how can I replicate bread made strictly from animal products? Like if I'm looking for something crunchy to dip into something, dip into some cheese dip instead of chips, I can get pork rinds, and that works just fine. But I've had so many pork rinds, I rarely want to eat them anymore. And I don't think there's any other options. So there's those cheese crisps, but those things, it's, they're expensive. And I've made my own, you just need a griddle and some cheese and bam, you're there. But, you can even do it on the fire. Cause I got this cast iron griddle that I throw over top of a fire. Bam. The kinks are timeless, brother, says Icon. Danny says, find out how to make keto dumplings on Matt Troy's keto and wrestling channel. He can make keto anything. Mozzarella cheese, like what I've done in the past is, take a griddle. Again, this gets back to the cheese crisp thing. Spread out some mozzarella cheese on that griddle and get, just whatever side. You kind of want to keep it small because when it gets big, it gets harder to manage. So you want to make, keep it, don't get too big with it. Spread some mozzarella cheese on it, let it brown on one side, flip it over to brown the other side. But as it's browning, put some pizza sauce, just a little bit, because if you're trying to stay carnivore, you want to try to keep the plant material out. But it's hard to do pizza without a little bit of pizza sauce, and then some sausage and pepperoni and some cheese. And once the bottom side's browned, if you can, hopefully the cheese is melted so everything's stuck together on top. So you can either eat it like that without browning the top, or you can try to flip that thing without everything going everywhere and then brown the top again. So you've browned a layer of cheese, in three different places, 3 different layers. You basically made a damn near carnivore pizza, and you can at least call it a keto pizza on a griddle. But you have to make them small because you can't do this whole flipping maneuver to brown the top for damn sure. Or you could pull it off the griddle and throw it in the oven to brown the top. You could do that if you got an oven. But because the only thing I got to cook with on board the van is the griddle. So I got to, it's just the way. So again, trying to keep things minimal. And I guess you could make some kind of oven, small, like fold up kind of metal oven thing to put over a fire. But and maybe there's something on the market, but I don't know. Most drunk people never lie. I want to be on a ranch, says Ruthless. It's 8 man. Yeah, this ranch that I'm talking about, they're like a grass-fed livestock only. Like they do hogs and beef and chickens. So it's also a source. They sell this, so it's also a source of the kind of food that I want to eat. So it'd be an awesome place to be. You want to pet cows? If you want to pet your next steak. Oh, I don't do no low sodium, Raptor. One of the things when you go to keto, or especially if you go to carnivore, is you don't skimp on salt. You don't have to skimp on salt. You need salt. Humans need salt. There's too much to go into on that to hear, but weather is quite good today, says Mr. Lee. Sounds like climbing the mast on a fish boat. How high were you? Pyromatic says. Over 100 feet. How tall were these towers? Over 100 feet. Getting stronger. Mark Tallman, I'm eating. Didn't talk to no one for years. I get it. Yeah, Mr. Lee understands. It is seasonal Lockbeard. The custom harvesters is a tough life. Why is it tough? Is it because they got to travel, or because I mean you're in an air conditioned cab, right? You're pretty much. Which I get it. Driving a piece of equipment for hours takes its own toll. Truck drivers, same deal. You'd have off in the winter, but have a big wad of cash in your pocket. That might not be a bad deal. Because then I could do certain stuff in the winter time, and I don't got to get out in the icy conditions and stuff and take the risk that are involved with that. I don't know. I'll give it a look. See though, I will. I'll think about it. It's just how much money. How much money are we talking? They put up these towers, and will they let someone in who has no history of driving a harvester? They put up these towers everywhere because satellites is fake news. Not those kind of towers. These were emissions, mainly at refineries, oil refineries, which is a disgusting, evil thing to look down upon from any elevation. I can tell you what. I mean, it's like, why do we do this shit? Why, this is crazy. I know we need gasoline and all this shit, but damn. It got easier with air conditioning, but still long hours. Says Icon. What's wrong, Brandy? Has there been talk of the new cryptid here, Lockbeard? The client. I've seen this word around, and I have a feeling it has something to do with Hiveless B or Lester's channel or something. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with it though. I haven't been able to keep up. You look forward to every Saturday. You Lockbeard, I look forward to every Saturday. I do. Thank you, man. Donald pulled the C word trigger. Oh my God. Sunday for you. I wouldn't know about it. I did it in the 60s, long hours, 7 days a week, seemed like forever. Gonna find it. Howdy wit. I heard Vault's got 3 sightings. Does he? Man, got 3 bullshit stories probably. I wouldn't believe him for a second. Are they dangerous, those clunts? Clunts are no danger unless you piss them off. One got away. Patty Troy, welcome. I don't know. Papa Craig. Icon says to Papa, I don't argue that. If you had a cab back then, the only thing it was good for was cutting down on most of the dust. Also, about the only time you need to run a wiper without the rain. The only ranch I want to visit is the Bunny Ranch, says Joe. Jeez. Yeah, salt is good, Mr. Lee says. Ain't seen him, though. He would have visited Hive Stream for the body. 18-hour days. Papa Craig says, come to think of it, Lockbeard, it was nowhere near as tough as fishing. Really? Icon and Lester. Air conditioned cabs. I'll steer cooler of soda under the buddy seat. So these are what are these? They operated by GPS or something. So you don't even have to steer these things. So what are you doing? Just supervising the robot, or Donald? I know a guy who says he's seen 35 and has shot 3 of them. Good gosh. Brandy, no beer. Is that? Oh, I see. I see. I see. I couldn't hardly see that icon. Not icon, the guy, but the emoji, I guess, or whatever that is. You're not sure about that guy? Yeah. I'll go over here. Check YouTube real quick. Is let's see, Lester Taylor's BYOB is going to be on in an hour. And he's already got one waiting. Which is probably himself, I imagine. And I don't see any live action going on Central Florida Bigfoot. The only live I see going on is, and this is just like I don't know if y'all are familiar with UFO Paranormal Radio. Their name of their channel, I don't know why their channel's name, it says UFO Paranormal Radio, UFO Paranormal Radio. So it says it twice in the title of their channel, but this is just their like ongoing kind of like a news feed. It's their 24/7 live. That's the only thing that's live right now that's remotely paranormal that I see. But there could be stuff I'm not subscribed to, so I don't know. There could be some other stuff. And by the way, there's been a couple questions recently involving shows and stuff, and I haven't mentioned the Paranormal TV Guide. I still got it. So if you guys like looking to try and find shows maybe you don't know about, go on the About page of my channel, and the address to the Paranormal TV Guide is there, and you can go check it out, look at it. And I haven't updated it in quite a while, but it might give you some ideas of some stuff you want to see, maybe. Or if you know of anything that isn't there that probably should be there, needs to be a live stream, some kind of chat interaction. Not premieres. I don't put premieres on there. So, if you have any suggestions for things that need to be, like, there might be some things that need to be changed. Like I know, like Squatch Talk, it says he's on at 7 or 8 my time. But typically what happens is Joe of Western New York Bigfoot Investigation Group, the show Sasquatch Speaks, he's on at 7. And so he may run to just 8 or maybe 8:30, and Pat seems to be trying to like hold off from starting his show until Joe's done or almost done, instead of starting at 8. So he doesn't seem to be ever starting at 7, but originally what I got from him was that he was going to do his show at 7 or 8. Pat was. But Joe does a show at 7, so Pat seems to be trying to wait until after Joe's done. So it's 8, 8:20, 8:30 is when Pat usually starts Squatch Talk. Pretty much make sure the combine doesn't crash. Cool. No worries about with the beer. Wonder if any of them combine guys ever see Sasquatch along the edge of the fields. For the record, I did not bring up the elusive clunt or the runt clunts. He said last night he quit his job. says chessboard. To Jen. Brandy says, "Oh shit, chess! I didn't know he went through with it that fast. Must have been after I left. In heaven, there's no beer. That's why we drink it here. No problem. The greatest mood. Not the greatest mood. Is he coming on early? Understandable, Brandy, totally. Jen says, absolutely. Brandy says, we'll all be ready for him when he's up to chatting. Raptor Crazy says, question, what is Lester's channel? Hold on a second. I will hold on a second. I'm going to pull it up. So, let me get the link as well. Just a second. Lester Taylor. And let me put the link in the chat. He's going to be on in less than an hour or maybe earlier. I don't know what his plan is, if he would do that. You don't stream what Lockbeard does? Well, if you do, you do. Hey, don't worry about me, man. You do what you want to do. Western New York Bigfoot Investigation Group. Joe says Sasquatch Speaks is on every other Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so it's gone to every other Friday. Gotcha. And New York Sasquatch Live is on every other Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay, that clears things up. I was a little confused what was going on. Raptor, same as his name. I'm sure someone run a Bigfoot through their harvester. or did the harvester get run through a Bigfoot? For all we know, Bigfoot can take on a harvester and eat it for lunch. Raptor says, I apologize. I didn't even know. I see in the chats. I didn't know you had a channel. Yeah, he's pretty new. There is the link, which is it clickable at all? You may have to copy and paste it or something. But I'm sure if you search it, you can find it. You can see it's got his little avatar there. And he seems to like eye patches. And we pirates, we kind of like eye patches, so that's cool. Oh, you're welcome, Lester. No problem. You misspelled your own show. Hey, it happens. He's a dino egg farming son of a gun. Says Icon. Pyromedic says he don't put up with no BS there, Raptor Crazy. See how fast you can get blocked there. Oh boy. And Pyro, I'll probably get blocked pretty quick. Yes. Oh, the link does work. I know what it's just not showing as a link on StreamYard. It's probably showing on YouTube fine now. Okay, that's probably what's going on. Brandy says, Raptor, just chill and have fun. No worries. Brandy says, where's my Mr. Lee? Did he disappear? Hello, hope you're having a great week. This is Raptor. Can't complain, Raptor, you too. Mr. Lee must have... Oh, Mr. Lee had to go to Bigfoot Odyssey. He's hanging out with the enemy. All right. I'm going to get out of here. You're welcome, Raptor. Thank you all for coming. I'll see you next time. And yeah, take it easy.